This is the astrology chart of Bruce Lee, the martial arts actor. He has his natal Pluto square his natal Mars. And this starts with the 8th house in Leo, and a Pluto square Mars or a Pluto conjunct Mars in the 8th house is usually a violent death, a brutal death, and usually in suspicious circumstances. We don't know exactly how the head injury happened. I think it was some sort of fight sequence, but there was a lot of suspicion over that if someone actually did it on purpose. And of course, they say the Bruce Lee curse, because his son Brandon Lee was actually shot on a film set as well. So that is all that Plutonian energy. But he was an amazing fighter and an amazing man. So we start with his sun and rising sign are both Sagittarius. So this is his athletic energy. He's also a natural teacher as well. And then here we see Lilith and Saturn with Jupiter as a natural psychic ability here and spiritual bond with his children in the 5th house, which is the house of children, and creativity as well. So he was actually a dancer, a champion Latin dancer. So very, very creative person here, but a special bond with his kids as well. And with Lilith and Jupiter creating luck expansion. And with Lilith, this is the psychic ability that he had, spiritual ability. But this is the really big aspect he's got now, which was the massive Scorpio stellium here. And this is in his 11th house. You have Mars and Venus, the moon, Fortune, Mercury, all in Scorpio. Mars in Scorpio was his warrior, physical energy, this absolute physical power that he had, like the strength of 10 men. This you can see clearly here. He had a lifelong marriage with Linda. That's usually found with a conjunction of Venus and Mars, happy marriage. Fortune is where your success is, and his was in the martial arts. So Scorpio is that fighter, warrior, martial arts, but he's also very psychic and spiritual here with the Scorpio stellium and a natural communicator there. And he communicates through his martial arts with Mercury there in Scorpio. Let's look at his north node. His north node is Libra in the 10th house, and his south node is Aries. So in his past life, which is the south node, he was a warrior. Aries is governed by Mars, the god of war. So he was a natural warrior fighter, possibly in military, possibly a military commander. I'm seeing in the Far East, years and years ago in his past life. But in this life, he's taken it to a more the stage and screen, the kind of theatrical aspect of Libra, and also that Venetian energy of Libra, which is to present that warrior energy as a martial art, so an art form. And that is his acting ability as well. So he was actually destined to present his skills as a warrior to the world as an art form. And he was actually the first person to do this. So the other area I wanted to look at was his death. And this is the 8th house. He has Pluto in Leo. This, of course, was Pluto in the 8th house can represent a brutal, suspicious, or unusual death. Now, it is said that he actually had a head injury prior to having the edema, which is the swelling on the brain, which was his cause of death. He was 32 years old. And Pluto being in Leo, of course, the accident, the injury to his head, to his brain happened on the film set to Enter the Dragon. So this is the Leo energy, theatrical energy here. And this was actually made very public. So there was something suspicious or unusual about the circumstance, because no one knew if it was exactly the swelling to the brain or an allergic reaction to the analgesic he took. It may have been a bit of both, but he was definitely having a lot of head injuries, which is shown here with the Leo energy and the Pluto energy as well.